I was in this building. I was in the Stevens Building 224, and I was kind of moderating a presentation on Richard Brinsley Sheridan, who's an 18th century English playwright, and there was a video in the background of a Sheridan play. And during this, my colleague, Deborah Robertson, who's now the Associate Dean of Visual and Performing Arts, came into the room and said, "I'm sorry, we have to stop this because there's been a shooting." I had no idea what was going on. And later we were told to move to a place of safety, so we all moved into the corner theater, which has got no windows and steel doors. And all the students went into corner, and all the faculty members milled around in the corridor in front of the doors. I think my first sense of the seriousness of it, I think, was to see my colleagues and I standing guard in front of this door, and then a policeman wearing a flak jacket and carrying an assault rifle actually came up the path between our building and Cole Hall, heading towards Cole Hall. And we were trying to lock the doors from the outside, which required an Allen wrench. So I went into the other theater to try and find an Allen wrench. I couldn't find an Allen wrench, but I found a mat knife. A mat knife that you use for tearing muslin. And I brought it back because it was a weapon. Yeah. We had no idea what was happening. And my class was on a Wednesday. So, of course, the building, the university, was closed, and my following class was canceled, but if he had decided to strike a day later, he might have come to my class. I actually flew on the 10th of September 2001 from the East Coast to O'Hare. If they had decided to do their number a day earlier and leave from Hartford instead of Boston, it might have been my plane. But there were hundreds of planes in the air that day. I don't think you can make too much out of it. The response was really exemplary. They brought people in who were very good at telling us what to expect from our students. They brought people from Virginia Tech who explained it very well and pointed out things to us that should have been obvious but weren't at all, about the trauma, the residual effects, the best way of approaching it. And we all made speeches to our classes when they started up in new, strange parts of the campus about how nobody was going to be forced to go back into the rhythm before they were ready to, but that those who were ready to get back to life as normal would have this opportunity. There was a lot of debate about what should be done with Cole Hall, and many people, I think very sincerely, wanted it torn down. I resisted this. I thought that to tear the building down would be to add to the shooter's power, that he could not only kill students and injure them, but destroy buildings, and that by punishing the architecture we would somehow make up for our inability to be safe in the architecture. I thought it was a poor idea. I thought the persistence of the hall kind of shows that we would not be put off of our educational mission by one demented child with weapons. I think it's a reasonable solution. I'm happy that the building will be coming back. I'm happy that we'll have more flexibility in scheduling, and I'll have a shorter walk to my class.